Yeah, the best of luck with that. Now then, from The Bodyguard to The Durrells, Keeley Hawes has become the undisputed queen of drama.
Promising the perfect lockdown binge, Keeley's latest series, Finding Alice, takes us on a journey of love, life and laughter.
It was our first night in his dream house.
So he just fell down the stairs?
No banisters.
It's a smart house. Not that smart.
We've reviewed the CCTV data in your house.
Who's that? Tell me all the secrets have you got?
Shush.
And Harry, he's up there, watching us.
You must be very sad. You are a genius.
It's looking great, and Keeley joins us now. Hiya, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm very well. How are you?
Very well. Lovely to see you. So this was an idea that that was born out of the back of the Durrells, wasn't it?
Well, it was, yeah. Simon Nye, who is one of our brilliant writers, who adapted The Durrells, and Roger Goldby, who directed many episodes of The Durrells. We loved working together. It was a great experience. And as we were sort of getting to the end, I think, of series 3, and we were talking about series 4, and those conversations just started to happen organically, really, about continuing that relationship and what that might look like.
So just explain a little bit about the story then and how it goes.
So Finding Alice, we meet Alice, and it's certainly not a spoiler at this point to say that she and her husband Harry are spending the first night in this house that he has built for them, this smart house, which has been a real labour of love for her. And they're spending their first night there, and something happens whereby he falls down the stairs tragically and dies, and so our story really is about what happens next. It's the unraveling of what happens to someone when they are suddenly and shockingly bereaved.
And it's like if it's life turns on a sixpence. It's how your life can change in 30 seconds.
Exactly that. Alice is totally unprepared for, this avalanche of everything that, she then uncovers.
Well, she can't. She not only has he got a few secrets, which she doesn't know about, but she also can't work the house.
Yes, no, she can't work the house. It's too clever for its own good, and some of it doesn't actually work. So sometimes these things, the technology doesn't work, and so yeah, she's left. She can't find the fridge and doesn't know how to open the curtains, and so that the idea of that partly it is interesting, but also it enabled us to bring some lighter moments into this, because it is a story about grief, but it's also a story about life and living again, it's a black comedy.
Well, Joanna Lumley's going to help with that.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yes, just joyful. I'm still sort of slightly in shock that I was lucky enough to have Joanna play my mum. There were moments I was sitting, doing scenes with her, and I'd be looking and thinking, that's Joanna Lumley.
And I imagine also Nigel Havers as well. You sort of throw him into the mix. And I mean, there must have been a lot of laughter behind the scenes.
So much laughter. They are just both joyful to work with, so professional, and just exactly as you'd expect them, and want them to be, and brilliant in these parts, And of course, we also have the incredible Sharon Rooney, who is hilarious, playing Nicola, Harry's sister, my husband Harry's sister, and newcomer Isabella Pappas, Rashawn Stone, who's very funny, Aisha Darker, just a lovely cast of people.
It's one of the big problems that happens to so many productions is that COVID shut you down, and then you had to go back to it, and then you're distanced, and so there have to be, because it's your production company, I mean, there have to be sort of quite clever ways to shoot around that.
Yes, yeah, and you know, you have to be really inventive because you have to make it work, and you don't want COVID to impact on the story, and particularly when you've only got 5 weeks left to shoot, you can't allow it to impact. So we didn't. I know that some of the soaps were using perspex screens and things in order to bring the actors closer to each other. One of the things that we did, I have a scene where I have to get very close to another actor. I won't say who, but a little spoiler alert, but I had to get quite close to him, and we were trying to work out how to do this. And someone had the great idea of bringing in his actual wife and putting a wig on his lovely wife, and an identical costume to mine. And so I did the scene, and then at this moment I stepped away and his wife stepped in and had this moment with him, which was a bit awkward for me, standing quite close and watching, and then she stepped away and I stepped back in and carried on the scene. So there are all
in one
sorts of
take. That was in one take. That sort of happened in a sort of fluid.
Yeah, and then you're able to cut in and cut round. And
It's amazing how resilient everybody is,
so
and how adaptable
clever.
you have
So
to become.
they're often quite simple, really, but yeah, and very lovely of his wife to come and get involved above and beyond.
We can't wait to see it. It's Finding Alice. It starts on Sunday at 9 on ITV, and we'd love you to come back because I know that you're going to do
It's a Sin,
It's a Sin,
incredible
which
as
is
well.
Russell T Davies, and also the Roald Dahl film as well, to Olivia. So will you come and talk to us about those?
I would love to come and talk about those. They are, the thing that sort of unites them all is that they are all stories about life and death and living, and so they're all lovely things to talk about.
Keeley, it's great to see you. Thank you so much.
Great
Bye now.
to see you. Thank you so much
Police
for having
Women
me.
are here
Pleasure.
next on ITV.